Hey everybody, happy late night. Doing a quick stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Super late night. Just throwing up a quick stream real quick. Hey everybody, happy late night. Doing a quick stream. I got hit with 6,000 subscribers today, so I figured I'd do a quick little super live stream. Awesomeness Productions. How's everybody? You got school tomorrow, Harold. Sorry, buddy. You should probably go to bed. Do, 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 do. Any questions? Just give me a second. Posting this up on the Facebook group. All right. Everybody got school tomorrow. Yeah, I got work tomorrow, man. I'm not supposed to be up this late. I'm an old fogey at this point. I'm turning 28, 27 soon, so I'm getting up there. So, everybody like the Omega Man review? I'm guessing yes. Who scares me more, Jack Torrance or Annie Weeks? I'm not exactly sure who those are, but just by the name, I'm going to go with Jack Torrance. Great. I'm happy, man. You guys should enjoy that. Omega Man is amazing. It's fantastic. I absolutely love the Omega Man. And first off, I actually want to say thank you guys for those of you that have commented and got me up to wow, to 6,000 subscribers. It's really freaking awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, doing kind of a quick little live stream. I should be on for probably about 30-40 minutes. And yeah, hit me up with questions, anything you want to ask me about relationships, love advice, pretty much anything what I'm watching on TV, things like that, or just comic related stuff. I am good to talk about anything for about the next 30 minutes, but I got to go to bed soon, so there's that. But we hit 6,000 subscribers, so I wanted to do a little thing tonight because of that. Have I ever seen The Shining? You know what? I've never seen The Shining, surprisingly enough, man. I haven't seen it. And I get a lot of crap about that. And you know what? I've also never seen Wizard of Oz. Hey, Amir, how's it going, bud? Never seen Wizard of Oz. Never seen what else? Oh my gosh, what haven't I seen? I get so much crap for this. Never seen Forrest Gump, believe it or not. Did I like Stranger Things from Hugo Roy? Absolutely. Absolutely 110%. I absolutely love Stranger Things. Stranger Things was brilliant, dude. It was so great. Oh my gosh, the music, the soundtrack is fantastic in Stranger Things. One of the best things, honestly, that I've heard in a long time. If you get a chance, I highly recommend you actually buy the soundtrack for Stranger Things. It's fantastic stuff. Really great stuff, and you'll enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, man, you need to sit down and watch it. We were actually, my brother and his best friend and I tonight, we were sitting down and we were actually watching it because they haven't seen it yet. You've been subscribed, wow, since 1,500. Man, I'm surprised that most of you guys have stuck around after I took that long hiatus like last year. I'm shooting for 10,000 subs. For those of you that are interested, that is my current goal, 10,000 subscribers. That is what I am shooting for. For the end of the year, probably not going to happen, but, I have lofty ambitions. Eventually, I'll hit it, right? Tokyo Ghoul. I've been wanting to watch it. I've been wanting to sit down and watch it. We were planning to watch either High School of the Dead tonight or Black Butler, and we ended up with watching neither. Actually, we ended up watching Stranger Things. Tyler Carlson, I have school, but congrats, hardcover. Mega Man was great. Forrest Gump is an excellent film. You should check it out. Have you reviewed The Absolute Watchmen? I actually don't own the Absolute edition of the Watchmen series. However, I have heard fantastic things about the Absolute edition of the Watchmen series. I heard it actually gets really in depth of the Watchmen, and I heard it actually breaks down everything that you need to know about the Watchmen. I'm not entirely sure if it has commentary by Alan Moore, because for the most part, Alan Moore was done with DC by that point when they started publishing Absolute Editions. Gary Glasso, hey Hardcover, I'm a new viewer and new to comics, and you've helped me so much on where to start. Thanks for everything. Loving Daredevil and a bunch of other Marvel stuff. Batman 2. I finished Stranger Things last night. Great blend of horror, sci-fi, and mystery. Lots of nods to Aliens, X-Files, and X-Men. Amir. Yes, for those of you that have seen Stranger Things, there are a lot of nods to anime, to comics, to a whole bunch of different things. I actually was watching an interview with the Duffer Brothers, and they took a lot of inspiration from anime, specifically. It was an obscure anime that they mentioned that's I just can't think of it right now, but a lot of it was also taken from that classic film Akira. From the classic film Akira, that if you've never seen Akira, then stop what you're doing. You could stop this channel right now, and you definitely owe it to yourself to go watch it. Have I ever rapped? No, Harold, I haven't rapped. Locke, how do you feel about most Hellboy-related titles ending? I am super excited for most of the Hellboy-related titles to end, simply because of the fact that Mike Mignola a few years ago actually said that once everything is said and done in the Hellboy universe, and once everything is all wrapped up, you'll be able to actually read everything in kind of like a weird chronological order, and you will just get one complete story of the whole universe altogether. That was his end goal, and it seems like they're reaching that really soon with the ending of Hellboy, with the ending of VPRD Hell on Earth, with the ending of a lot of different books. It seems like everything is coming to a head really, really soon, and I'm super excited to see where they take. Oh my god, I can't wait, honestly. And if you read, guys, if you haven't read, and if you read everything Hellboy and you've skipped out on Frankenstein, read that. The Frankenstein story written by Mike Mignola that is set in the Hellboy universe really, to me, is setting up a lot of the end game for Hellboy. That is really where the story is going. I read it probably about a year ago, and I've been saying it for the longest time. This is where the story is going to end, and in the final pages of the Frankenstein story. It'll make sense if you read it. Trust me. I know I sound like kind of a crazy person now, but I'm telling you right now, it's really good stuff if you do get a chance to read that. Mo Baby. I read Princess Leia trade paperback by Wade, and it was very good. It's like a really good movie. Wade really captured the essence of what makes it to be a fearless, selfless leader. I'm actually want to dive more into the Star Wars stuff. I know I wasn't too crazy about the Vader stuff. I think I wasn't sold on it, and in fact, I actually sold the Vader hardcover simply because of the fact that I read a couple more issues in the digital version, and I just wasn't crazy about it, honestly. It just it didn't stick with me. Thoughts on the Defenders? Do you think all of the new series will be connected? Actually, yes. Yes, I think for the most part, I think a lot of the Netflix series will be connected. They can't connect with the cinematic universe because those two divisions get along, and they don't want to have anything to do with each other. So I think for the most part, though, the Defenders, they're going to be great. It's going to be great to finally see all those guys finally come together. We got kind of a little taste of it last year with Jessica Jones when Luke Cage was in it. And I can't wait to see Luke Cage at the end of this month. September 30th can't come soon enough. The fact that A Tribe Called Quest is doing the soundtrack is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Awesome, man. My thoughts on the Shocker costume leak by Harold Lauder. I think I like it. I mean, here's the thing. I saw a lot of people criticizing the Shocker costume for the Spider-Man Homecoming, and if you haven't seen the pictures leaked online of what it's going to look like. Guys, they're going to add CGI to it. They're going to touch it up in post-production. Don't judge it just yet. What I'm seeing, and I've been seeing this a lot lately, is the same thing that happened, and I always use this as an example. Heath Ledger as the Joker. There were a lot of leaked images of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and when it first came out, everybody was saying, oh, it's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. It doesn't look a thing like the Joker. Guess what? It's the Joker, bitches, and the Joker is in full swing. And everybody went to see the movie, and everyone was like, holy shit, Heath Ledger knocked it out of the park. Now, the costume itself, I like the overall design. There are hints of the classic stuff. There are hints of the animated TV show. And there's even hints of the video game stuff. I really like the overall design. And I think for the most part, it's a real big hit. I really, really did like it. Let's see. Eddie Tosado, do you think when the current actors of the NCU don't want to be in it anymore, do you think they're going to kill them or recast them? I think it's going to be more of a recast. I think they're going to pull a James Bond and just simply recast all the characters, because the fact of the matter is Robert Downey Jr. is pushing what? Robert Downey Jr. is pushing 50. He's getting close to about that 50, 52, maybe in that ballpark. He's not going to be able to do Tony Stark for the rest of his life. You know, you're not going to see a 70-year-old Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man suit, as cool as that sounds. But I think what they're going to eventually end up doing is they're going to go, look, we're just going to recast. Or they're going to just reboot. In a weird way, they'll just reboot the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they'll go from, they'll always do that. And I think what's going to happen is that Infinity will be the perfect jumping off point where everybody's contract will probably expire, or maybe they'll just, you know, go away, things like that. And then Infinity will be over, and they'll say, yeah, we're all done. There's going to be a new generation of heroes, or the timeline will just be rebooted after that. I think that's the best way to go about it, because really, it's like I said, you can't have a 70-year-old Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man suit, man. It just won't work. I mean, as much as I would like to see it, it just won't work. These guys are eventually going to get old, and they're eventually going to get tired of playing these things. Chris Evans has said he is tired of this strenuous workout that he needs to keep for Cap. It's a hell of a job, man. You got to keep that muscle up, and you got to keep that workout routine, and it is not easy dieting that much. Have a good night, Dawesomeness. The first video that I watched from you was how to get into Marvel Comics. Have you ever thought about an update? And it would be awesome. Actually, I have. I have thought about doing an update. I've got a lot of things going on, man. I've got a lot of great ideas going on. I'm thinking about doing a weekly podcast where I'm going to talk about just things that are comic related. However, that'll be just a Patreon thing, a Patreon exclusive thing. That'll be one of the rewards. Like if I hit like $50 on Patreon, then I'll release like a weekly podcast every week and things like that. I'm going to do exclusive stuff on Patreon. And for the most part, I'm going to keep this channel live with reviews and a few comic book beginnings and the live streams and things like that. But I'm going to move a lot of stuff over to Patreon pretty soon. The reviews will always be free. For those of you that are freaking out, the reviews will always be free. I'll never charge for the reviews. I hear they're Richard Romero. Hey, man, how's it going? I hear they are making a Deadly Class TV show. What do you think about that? I actually heard the same thing too. Deadly Class is perfect for a TV show. Deadly Class would be kick-ass for a TV show. You can do a single year of Deadly Class as a season, and you can make it 4 seasons long. You can make it really contained, a tight story. I think Deadly Class fits it perfectly. You can even make it a period piece. Deadly Class is one of those series that is very flexible, and it's very grounded to the point where, yeah, you could really do a great live-action adaptation of it. Now, there is that, you know, underground society of assassins thing. That plot's been done to death, especially in movies and TV shows. But Deadly Class, for the most part, I think would kick ass as a TV show, man. Hey, Hardcover, could you give a shout out to Diego Cardona? He's a friend of mine. Hey, Diego Loser. There you go, buddy. Oh, man. Your house is on fire, and you can only grab one book for some reason. What are you grabbing? Saga hardcover here or Black Science hardcover? My house is on fire and I can only grab one book. I'm grabbing the Preacher hardcover. Did my video bug out? That's what Harold is saying. And no, I didn't answer the villain parent question. Let's see. Yeah, I'd grab the Preacher hardcover. In a heartbeat, I would grab the Preacher hardcover. Absolutely. The Preacher hardcover is absolutely gorgeous, man. That thing is, whoo! That's the first thing I would grab it. Yo, Dean, what's up? What's up, man? Amir, am I a fan of James Bond? Yes, I am a fan of James Bond, in fact. I'm not that crazy about the Daniel Craig era of James Bond. I think Casino Royale is still the best movie that they've done. No, I take it back. You know, what was it? Casino Royale, and then there was not the last one they did, the one before that I'm blanking on for some stupid reason. I thought that one was really good as well. For those of you out there, what did you think about Warren Ellis's James Bond? I still haven't read it. However, I am really curious about it, and I really want to jump onto it pretty soon. Yeah, I didn't hear good things about the last James Bond. Skyfall was the one that was really great. It was the one that had Adele singing "Let the Sky Fall" for like 20 minutes or something like that. It was a really, really good movie, man. Javier Bardem was, whew, effective, just absolutely effective, dude. One of those guys that he gets into a role and he is, whew, man. Which to read first, Lazarus or East of West? That's an easy one. I would recommend anybody to start with Lazarus. Lazarus is one of the best series that's being published right now, dude. Lazarus, for those of you that haven't read it, it's so great. It's so well researched and so well thought out. And essentially what Lazarus is, and I did a review of this, but the short stick of it is that Lazarus is set about, what is it, 20, 30, 40 years in the future, sometime in the future. And eventually, essentially what happens is that the Chinese economy collapsed. Now, the Chinese economy fronts a lot of people. And if the Chinese economy collapsed, the entire economy ended up collapsing in that world. And these different families that were wealthy ended up taking over the world. Now, because of that, they employed and they created these beings called these Lazarus. The Lazarus are beings that cannot really be killed. They can be resurrected. They have special abilities. They can do different things. And basically what it is Game of Thrones set like 200 years or 100 years in the future, whatever it is. It is brilliant. Lazarus is so, so great. It deals with intrigue among the families. It deals with mafia. It deals with politics. It's so great. And the last hardcover edition that came out, for those of you that read the last hardcover Lazarus, without spoiling, how great was that reveal at the end, man? I called it, though. I called the reveal at the ending. I knew for a fact that that version wasn't what you thought it was. God, I'm being so vague right now, and I want to talk spoilers about that. Will be great to hear my thoughts on some ending in your review. You could do like Boogie and have one part spoiler and the rest with spoilers. I've actually thought about that, Hugo. Honestly, I've thought about making two different videos. One video where it's, the standard review, pictures like that. I give you a brief description, things like that, and a spoiler review that's just more straightforward. I talk about the plots. I talk about things that are going on in the story and things like that without restrictions. I'm a huge fan of Boogie. I think the guy is freaking awesome. I think he is one of the best YouTubers out there. Just on a personal note, he seems like he'd be a real chill guy to grab a beer with. He's a huge guy, but I think Boogie's a real chill dude. And I actually, when I was first starting my YouTube channel, I looked at his videos and I looked at a lot of other guys' videos for inspiration on how to do the channel right. Map Fractions Injection is so good. I started with the trade paper. I haven't read I haven't read Injection, and that's Warren Ellis. I believe Warren Ellis is the one that's doing Injection. I've heard it's really good. I heard Trees by Warren Ellis isn't that great, but I've heard his Injection series is really, really good. Do I own High School of the Dead Omnibus Volume 1 and 2 by Richard Romero? No, but I've actually started watching High School of the Dead, and I've been loving it, man. Oh, High School of the Dead is so, so badass. That's how Angry Joe does movie reviews, one without spoilers and one without them. I actually just started watching Angry Joe stuff recently. What got me to see his stuff was his No Man's Sky review, which I actually thought was pretty hilarious. All right, so Matt Cole, really new to comics, haven't read any Batman yet. Oh man, I could easily get you started on Batman. Batman is one of those characters that I could pick up Black Mirror. Hands down, one of the best Batman stories written in like the past 5, 6, 7 years. Black Mirror is easy, self-contained. All you need to know, Dick Grayson is Batman under the cowl. Fantastic story. You pick that up, then you jump into Scott Snyder's Batman story. Boom, you've got about a year's worth of Batman comics just waiting for you right there. You get tired of that and you finish that, you can easily jump into some of the more separate self-contained stuff. You can jump into Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. You can jump into, let's see, Batman Year One. So many things. Batman is one of the most flexible characters that you can easily jump into. Yank East, is there a Grant Morrison new X-Men omnibus coming, or am I tripping? No, Grant Morrison's new X-Men comic, for those of you that are wondering, comes out tomorrow. The new X-Men omnibus reprint comes out tomorrow, and I do recommend that if you are a Morrison fan and if you are a X-Men fan, that you do go out and pick that up. It's a really great read. It's been out of print for a while. I personally have the trades right now. I'm good with that. Frank Quitely's work on it is absolutely stellar. And I was actually even thinking about selling my trades to kind of offset the payment for the omnibus. I'm excited for Scorsese's new film, The Irishman. Sorry, guys. I'm parched tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Huge Martin Scorsese fan. Absolutely huge. Anything Scorsese touches to me is pretty much gold, except for I wasn't too crazy about Shutter Island. That was Scorsese, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Wolf of Wall Street was hilarious. Do I have a pull list at the moment? If I do, what's on it? I do not. I mean, do digital comics count as a pull list? I'm not entirely sure. I guess if digital comics count as a pull list, I've got a lot of mostly, what's it called, DC Rebirth stuff. I've got Chew. I've got Jeff Lemire's Descender on there. I've got actually a whole bunch of good stuff, and I'm making my way through a lot of the back catalog of the DC Rebirth stuff, because eventually I want to do a video that is my favorite DC Rebirth titles. But right now, the best DC Rebirth title, for those of you that are wondering, that I have been enjoying the most, has definitely been The Flash by Joshua Williamson. I keep almost saying James Robinson. I butchered that in the review, and somebody called me out, and I was like, damn. So I had to go back. I had to edit it, and I had to fix it as best as I could. Am I a fan of Namor by Whitebeard? Absolutely. My top 5. Okay, I can do this one. Top 5 favorite YouTubers. Oh, man, this is actually... let me think. I'll come back to you on that, because right off the top of my head... Ooh, man. I should read Unfollows. Hardcover, do you think Wish DC and others should include free digital with singles like Marvel? Seems like a missed opportunity. I actually agree. I think that all comics should include a digital issue. Why not, right? I mean, you could pass it along, you get somebody hooked on it. And yeah, I know the market is a little bit worried about digital issues, and if you include digital issues and if somebody hands it off to somebody else, that's a missed sale and things like that. But, you know, the fact is you're sharing the love. I'm trying to get some out of trade paperbacks, and I don't know where to trust. Any suggestions on places online to shop? Man, I always tell people whenever they're asking where should I shop online, In Stock Trades. If you're in the US, I always tell people you go to In Stock Trades. You can't go wrong with In Stock Trades, man. In Stock Trades is the truth for me. In Stock Trades, and you know, on occasion, if you want to try Amazon, the the problem with Amazon is the fact that Amazon, they don't package their books really well, and I've actually gotten a shit ton of things from Amazon that have been super damaged, super broken up, and to the point where I've just said, yeah, I'm returning this. And then eventually I get the copy that I want, or the book that I want. What ended up happening actually a few months ago was that I got the Lock and Key Master Edition because I had a huge sale on it for about 18 bucks on Amazon. I was like, holy shit, this is fantastic. It's on sale for like a ridiculous price of like 18, 16 bucks. Picked it up. The book came so damn damaged. I was like, you know what, it really wasn't even worth me going through the hassle of just ordering it, and then I got to return it, and I got to talk to Amazon and all this other stuff. And then eventually they sent me a new copy, and I was like, all right, we're good to go then. Yeah, Amazon's packaging is garbage. Absolutely garbage, man. Oh my goodness. So what are some of your guys' favorite YouTube channels? Make a Path is good. He's a really good guy. He's able to keep me interested. I'm not usually one of those guys that actually watches like those dedicated Walking Dead channels, mostly because I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. But Megapath, he's really good. Trev Chan, he's really cool too. I like his channel a lot. Do I read digital and Comixology? Yeah, yeah. Comixology is the best service for me to read digitally because I can download it to my tablet or I can download it to my smartphone, and I can read it like if I'm on break or if, I'm in between doing things or something like that. I can just pull out my smartphone, or if I'm on the road and I'm at a doctor's office or something, I'm like boom, 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 cool, read an issue. Actually, the other day I read Tom King's Batman run up to date just on my phone because I was like, yeah, I'm kind of bored. I got some time to kill. All right, my 5 favorite YouTube channels. All right, let's get it started. Let me think. Man, I don't know. There's so many freaking great channels out there. Okay, number 1. Trying to think. Number 1 would probably be Boogie, simply because of the fact that he's like a real freaking chill dude. He's somebody that you could tell that you can sit down and just veg out with. Oh, thank you, Chris. As for people that are wondering out there, there is a 40% off coupon right now for Barnes & Nobles. And I think it ends either today or tomorrow that you can use off of your total for Barnes & Nobles, and it'll cut that price down even farther. A lot of people are getting great deals on that. I don't have the code on me, so if anybody has in the chat and you want to throw the code up there, by all means, be my guest. So my number 1 YouTube channel will probably be Boogie. Number 2 will be Double Toasted, because I've been following those guys since Spill, and they are freaking hilarious. Number 3, Rage Select. For those of you that don't know, they do great Let's Plays. Let me think. I don't know. And those are my top 3, though. Those are the channels that always somehow keep me coming back for more and more content. Can't explain it. Oh, Kind of Funny. Kind of Funny is really good. They're a good video game channel. I know Greg Miller and Colin get a lot of hate, but I like Kind of Funny. You know what? Number 5, I'll throw in my brother in Omnibus Arms, the the Omnibus Collector. Real cool dude. Of course, if you haven't checked out his channel, absolutely check out his channel. Riley Moore. Cool dude, man. I'm telling you, check out his channel. You guys got to show him some love. I know he's working. He's a busy guy, and I know he's gonna eventually come back and try to pump out some more videos for you guys pretty soon. That's a good question, Dean. If you order from Barnes & Nobles with the coupon and it comes damaged, can I return it? Can he return it to the store? I don't know exactly what the return policy is for Amazon. If it for Barnes & Nobles, if it comes in damaged, that's something you probably speak with them, man. So I'm gonna be on for about 10 more minutes, guys. It's super late right now. Watching Green Lantern on TV right now, it's pretty bad. Do you think superhero movies are widely viewed as bad, at least by older audience, because they try to appeal to too many different demographics? It's actually a really good question. I think for a long time, especially in the 90s, superhero movies were viewed mostly as a joke and as bad, fluff films for little kids. However, you have to remember that we live not only in a post-Dark Knight world, we live in a post-Blade world. A lot of fans tend to forget about that. What really kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe as it is today, even though he isn't included in the current Marvel Cinematic Universe, and what really kicked off the superhero movie was Blade. That was the forefather for a lot of the crap that you see today. It was Blade, and then you got the X-Men, and then you got Spider-Man. Those were the leads up. But Blade is the grandfather of it all. It was something that Marvel was toying around with it, and it showed that if you do it right, you can take a Marvel character, you can make a rated R, gory vampire movie that is absolutely out of this world and crazy, and people will love it, and they will gravitate to it. Now, current day audiences, I think there's still a lot of the stigma that, and it's going away. It really is, because you've had films like The Dark Knight, you've had films like Winter Soldier, you've had films like even Civil War that tackle difficult politics and that tackle difficult subjects in a mature and understanding way. And I think the stigma that comic book films are for kids is slowly going away. Now, with that said, do I think that the comic book medium is going to blow up the comic book film? No. I think comic book films will just go the way of less of them eventually, especially with the rising trend in what's going on with DC films, because let's face it, you have so many comic book movies that are coming out. Eventually, they're going to cannibalize themselves. And if every single comic book movie that starts coming out is mediocre or a dud, people will just stop going and seeing them. The best comic book movie of 2016. Deadpool. Deadpool was the best comic book movie of 2016. I don't even think it's close. Deadpool, because of the fact that it satires so many comic book movies in such a brilliant way, and they didn't even need a huge budget to do it. Deadpool to me is absolutely the best comic book film this year. Hands down, man. So creative in the writing, so brilliant in the execution, and they just satire so well what everything that's going on in the comic book world today. Rich Romero, have I ever thought about visiting Japan? Absolutely. Me and my girlfriend would love to visit Japan. Shout out to anybody out there that's watching this from Japan. We want to visit Japan so badly. We want to get out of the country really badly. We are hoping to shoot to Canada or Europe eventually in the next few years. And we're going to want to start a life over there because we're just, we're too young. We need to start, we want to start somewhere fresh. Mr. Johnny Kid, I had no idea Omega Man was about Green Lantern until you were... It's not necessarily about Green Lantern. It's Kyle Rayner's involved in it, but the Omega Man is so much more than just the Green Lantern. Does my girlfriend read comics as well? Yes, actually she does. She doesn't read it as frequently as I do, but she reads her favorite character. Actually, this was one of the things that I said, I have to marry this girl. I have to hook up with her soon, and I have to get to know her better, because she told me her favorite superhero was Daredevil. And for those of you that know me, Daredevil is actually my favorite superhero, and she didn't even know that my favorite hero was Daredevil before she told me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is meant to be. I should feature her in future videos. Oh, we'll see what happens. Maybe someday. Have I ever been to Australia? No, I haven't. I would love to visit Australia, though. Let's see. Have I ever read Snyder's Superman Unchained? Adam Kirk. I have, actually. I didn't even finish it. It was one of those Snyder projects where I was absolutely disappointed in it, and the execution, and eventually the delays by who else, Jim Lee. It killed the pace for me to the point where I was like, I have no interest in this whatsoever. It's just Jim Lee being Jim Lee. And, a lot of people love Jim Lee's art style, not dogging the guy. It's just, I don't think it's changed much since the 90s. It's big muscle guys and heroic poses. It's very stiff. Not my cup of tea. I'm not saying his art is bad. Clearly not. His art is actually really good. But Jim Lee's one of those artists that it's never really done anything for me. Me and my girlfriend should do a stream together. Oh man, that'd be interesting. Yeah, for real, these guys are really curious. That was my first in-stock trade order. Okay, you bought Daredevil by Wade official hardcovers before my review. Hey, that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Who else has to go back to school tomorrow? Me. I go back to work tomorrow after Labor Day weekend, and I'm kind of dreading it. Ugh. Not that crazy about it, I love my job. It's just the early waking up that just, oh my god, it's draining. What's the scariest movie that I have ever seen by Eddie Tosado? Scariest movie I've ever seen, hands down, it is a Spanish film called Wreck. If you haven't seen Wreck, there was a remake of it, and for some reason I'm blanking on the damn name, but Wreck is horrifying. And the sequel, Wreck 2, is even better. Oh my goodness. If you ever get a chance, search down a copy of Wreck and Wreck 2. It is fantastic, man. Let me see. DC just announced 2 new Batman movies. My thoughts on the 2 new Batman movies, man, look, if Ben Affleck is directing it, I'll give it a shot. Ben Affleck is one of those guys that, to me, he's been killing it lately. Favorite Alex Ross story? Good question. My favorite Alex Ross story is Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come is beautiful, man. Kingdom Come is, oh my goodness, so spectacularly drawn by Alex Ross. Just lush paintings. Oh my goodness, everywhere. Do I like Ethan Van Sciver's art? Yeah, absolutely. Ethan Van Sciver's art is beautiful. Look at some of his Green Lantern stuff. If I could punch a celebrity, who would it be? Oh man, so many people, so many people that I'd punch in the face. I can't think of just one. But Edito Salo, yours is The Shining. I need to sit down and watch The Shining. I haven't seen The Shining. I know. I haven't seen The Shining. I haven't seen Clockwork Orange. I haven't seen all these movies that I've been wanting to see for the longest time. Matthew Garrelisi, the best Jeff Lemire story. The best Jeff Lemire story, hands down, for me, at least, is Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is so great. It's so great. The ending of Sweet Tooth is just so bittersweet and so fantastically done. Black Science. What do I think of it? I think it is the second best thing that Rick Remender is writing right now, behind his Deadly Class series. In fact, I might do a review of Black Science this week. I haven't decided what my review is going to be for this week, but more than likely it is going to be Black Science. I love that series. Have I ever read any of Jodorowsky's comics? No, but there is a brilliant documentary out there. It's a Spanish documentary on Jodorowsky's Dune, and it is great. They get into so much detail about it. And Jodorowsky's Dune is a failed project that was supposed to be done, it was like in the 1970s or something like that. And it never got off the ground. But you see all the plans that they had for it, and you see everything that they wanted to do for it, and it makes you believe, and you actually want to see the damn movie that they were going to do, because it was basically going to be like Star Wars before Star Wars. It was so out there and so much of a crazy fever dream that, man, oh God, I really wanted to see the final incarnation of that, and it would have been fantastic if they could get it. I mean, they had people like Salvador Dali working on the project. Am I watching Narcos? Funny enough, we started watching Narcos tonight. Man, that's a great show. Narcos is so badass. Oh my goodness. We've been really enjoying that a lot. So yeah, for my recommendation tonight. Okay, my recommendation tonight, if you have a chance and if you have the means to do it, now I'm not saying which way you go about it, that's up to you. Watch the documentary for Jodorowsky's Dune. It is amazing. It is really, really great stuff. A lot of it is subtitled, and yes, you got to read a little bit, you know, it is what it is. But really, watch it. It is a brilliantly made documentary. Dragon Ball Z, Red God Loves Man Kills a few days ago. Have I read it already? I have not. I actually have it in my omnibus, in one of the X-Men omnibuses that I have. I just haven't sat down and read it. I mean to, and I know everybody gets on my ass about that, saying, wow, how come you've never read God Loves Man Kills? I'm like, I just haven't sat down with it. Oh. All right, guys. So it's 12:20. This is kind of a little mini stream. I am actually going to call it for tonight. Like always, the next one will be up on Thursday. I have a special guest lined up for Thursday. Let's see if it goes through. I haven't made the announcement because I don't like announcing things until things are certain. This guy said he's going to be on, and I've been talking to him, and it looks like everything's a go. I've never done a stream with another person, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for 6,000 subscribers. Honestly, thank you so much. It means so much that you guys are supporting me, that you guys are hitting the likes, sharing, things like that. The donations on PayPal that I've gotten. You guys are awesome, and as always, love you guys. Have a great night, and take it easy. Hope the rest of your week goes well. Peace out.